With Impossible 2, I wanted to make videos going over and explaining all the rooms and the tricks in them. But knowing myself, if I waited till the end of the event, I would probably just lose motivation and nothing would happen on it. So instead, I'm gonna try and make these videos from the ways that have been cleared as we go. But because this is gonna include spoilers, I'm gonna try and explain in detail how all the tricks works, at least to my understanding. So I'm gonna go over by the order of how much I feel like people have understood and got them correctly. And I'm gonna avoid doing them on rooms I feel like there's major information missing. But even with this, there's gonna be spoilers for things because there are obviously small things that will cover more stuff than people have gotten over. But yeah, let's start with way 3. This is mostly cleared us with all the information. There's a few things I'm probably gonna fill in with this, but yeah, I was planning to first watch a run of this. There's gonna be Sherd's run. It's not the first clear, but it's an improvement afterwards. So let's first watch this. I'm gonna fast forward a few times. It's a bit long still, but it's not too bad as some demos probably gonna be later on. So let's start here. So the first thing, shoot a nade, and you want to bounce it into water so it hits under the thing here and explodes and hits a button that's inside of this thing here. Then you shoot a nade, go behind and do a wall jump. That's a trick. I'm gonna go in more detail exactly what that trick is, but that's a bit weird here. Here he's starting to waste stamina because he needs to get as high as possible from this boost. So he shoots the nade precisely near the wall there. It will hit the button that's inside. He needs to have both, so he times his jump so he gets the most boost from when it's the highest up and have low stamina because he want to do a wall jump boost grab. So he wall jumps to get extra grab height, and if your stamina is just low enough so you have a perfectly semi-dead wall jump, which you're gonna see here, when I have 5 stamina, so we just get this wall jump that's get a bit cut short, then you get a bit extra stamina. So you just go up and grab the checkpoints because now we get a respawn. Now for the hardest part in skill-wise to get through. I want to make it over to this platform. It's really close to getting it really fast, but yeah, you need to do the same thing more or less. You need to get a grenade close enough to this wall here, and then get up on top and then try jump over and time. So it's a bit of a timing, and this is gonna take a bit of a while. You get a few good tries early on, but yeah, it takes a bit of a while. So let's fast forward this for a little bit. So I think this is close to the clear. Yeah. But right now, for the final trick of here, we're gonna move over to long distance range. You want to shoot a nade up and hit this button in the top. So the trick is quite simple here. If you know how both throwing grenades and launch work, it carries some of your momentum with them when you do. So you want to time, jump, and shoot. And the trick for this, that's quite important for this, is you actually gain more height from the speed boost that you have from the early part of a jump than from the shooting at the highest point of a jump. So the grenade gains more height per speed that you have upwards. So I guess it has less affected by gravity or something. Or I don't know exactly how this, but yeah, you want to shoot as early as possible as you jump. So you need to get the momentum from the jump and shoot. If you time this correctly, you will get on top and get the boost, hit that. Also, this is one of the few tricks in this game I know is affected by frame rate. Though it may not be affected when you're playing online, but now if you play this offline, it will be affected by frame rate, and the higher frame rate, the easier this gets. So doing this on 60 FPS is close to impossible, needs perfection, while doing as 125 is quite easy. And if you play with higher, it would be even easier. But yeah, so the first thing about the nade ball. So here we have water. If I shoot a nade on the ground, you can see it bounces up. If I shoot on water, you can see a small bounce up, but it's not a lot. The thing about if you shoot downwards, the amount of height the nade bounces is way smaller than compared to if the nade falls. So if I shoot up, I need to move back a bit. You can see if it hits, it bounces up way higher. So the trick is to shoot this bounce but up so it falls down and bounces up. The easiest way for this is just to create a, since this is before the run, you're allowed to create a save before, so you can just have, and there's one on the server if I want. So just this save, now it's gonna automatically jump up in top of this. And if you just go inside and look, there is a button here. So this is the button you hit, so it just bounces up perfectly high. Be able to touch that. Shoot and very quickly go out, and then you get the boost. You need to aim forward, get through. So now the second trick, this is gonna be the weirdest trick of this part, because if you saw that he shot the nade, reloading, and then you went behind this. So why would you do this? Why would this give you hit this? Because if I shoot it in the exact same spot, I loaded, nothing happens. But if I, it even works if I go this and just respawn, I'm gonna get a boost here. So exactly what's going on. And for some reason, this is, I don't understand why. If the nade hits you, even though we're in jump mode and don't take damage, the nade still detects you, then it will ignore or have reduced radius or something. But if I, so one way is to go around the edge, you don't hit you, but you can also shoot it far away. And it's quite tight there, and it can't be too far away, but I think something like this. I'm too close. There is enough distance here on this platform to be able to stand. Yeah. Whereas if I go closer, it hits me, it won't work. So, but yeah, you don't have to jump around. You can shoot far away and get a boost up. Now from top, this is also a lot easier since you're not in radius anymore. So you just need to have the nade close to the wall, and it will boost you up. And you need this height. So the height you need for this is, if you time your jump perfectly to get up, you still probably can't reach maybe with the perfect timed height. So for this step here, there is the one solution you saw in the run was to jump down and try shoot the nade, then go. I'm not in a run, so I don't get a proper respawn, and this is actually possible without a respawn, because you can, the intended way for this, which is slightly different, is to shoot your nade on the ground so it bounces down close enough to the wall. Going down is probably a lot easier. You have more time if you do this, but it's more precise, the shot instead. So you see it went down, but it still didn't get at that maybe. No. So yeah, it's quite precise getting this. I'm gonna try a bit more. That. There, I got it. So yeah, it's very precise if you want to have it without a respawn. So but doing this way would give you more time to think out and get this jump. This jump is definitely the hardest part to get through. Then so you need long distance. You need to aim up just somewhere around that and jump and shoot at more or less the same time. And you can get into this trigger. So yeah, that's this way. Hope this was interesting. It's definitely a really weird trick with a nade and how it, if you hit you, it gets smaller distance. So, but yeah.